Hello there, lovely people. This is Ashley saying hello and sending my love to you all in whatever reality you find yourself in today, from me in whatever reality I am in. Now, today I'd just like to carry on from my last video when I was saying that I felt that I'd lost my passions, that the Mandela effect had robbed me of me. I've talked before on other vlogs and explained about how I have looked and researched and looked for answers all of my life, since well before the Mandela effect happened, or that I was aware of the Mandela effect anyway. And well, before I just really, before I start talking about today's video, I want to really say a very, very, very big thank you to two channels, two people. The first being the amazing Brian Stavely, Brian S. Stavely. What's the other thing he's called? He's find Brian S. Stavely. He's the very first person that I clicked on when I clicked on a Mandela Effect video. He was the first person I found, and I've been listening to him and his uploads. They're absolutely amazing, so please find him if you're interested in. I mean, he covers the Mandela effect massively because he is massively affected, but he also covers like conspiracy theories and that kind of thing, 9/11, NASA, and if you take a few minutes to start to try and research, you'll find that all these things are all connected anyway to the Mandela effect. And so please hunt Brian out. He has like, oh, excuse me, I've got a pregnant cat here. Yes, crazy cat lady. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, Brian has got an absolutely brilliant. He does live links, he does live chats, and he's helped me massively. His channel has helped me massively. He has helped me massively. So please find Brian if you can. And the other person who was, I mean, I can't thank enough, and that is the amazing black sheep researcher who has, I found him, been watching some of his amazing videos. We're both, well, one of my passions is ancient history, and he takes the knowledge of ancient history to next levels. His theories are absolutely amazing, and as he says on his videos, he the black sheep researcher, he searches for the truth, outcast style, outcast style. And believe me, that man and his research has really shown me that everything is connected. Everything that we've ever been taught has been twisted. I already knew this anyway, but Paul, thank you, black sheep researcher. I think I called you black knight researcher, black sheep researcher, for just giving me my passion back, for making me realise that I have been led and guided towards all of these things all of my life. I've been interested in, and I think it's to show me, to help me to understand what's going on and why. So thank you, Paul. Please, everybody, go and have a look for both of those two people, Brian and Paul. You can't, you can't get better channels, really, quite frankly. Now, excuse me, excuse me. Right, to get back to what I want to talk about today, and that is the fact that through watching and being involved in, like, Brian's channel, when they talk about things, it's made me realise and question the very thing, which is, have I ever lived in a fixed and stable reality? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because, as I said, all my life, I've had from dreams I had from being 18 months old about seeing planets and things in different places in the sky, to all of the things that I researched, all my passions that I was interested in before the ME. I thought that, they're not. How can I care about history anymore when history is changing? Well, because of Paul, the black sheep researcher, I've come to realise that everything that I have been researching, learning, thinking about, he's made me see that the Mandela effect is giving us extra historical information. Why? How? I'm not sure, but it is. And it's all coming together. I mean, I'm going to make some pretty wild videos, because, you know, I think that this is really what I pray, and I get asked, I ask to be guided. What do you want me to see next? And Paul was the one that was I was guided to, and believe me, the next day after I made that video, I was fired up, because every single thing that I've ever researched, learned and thought about, he just gave me that little extra bit of information, and it's all come through the Mandela effect and being given extra history. It is false history to us, but it's like extra pieces of the jigsaw, and how can we not be excited by that? I'm still terrified of the Mandela effect, but I've got my fire in my belly again, so thank you so much for that. Really, I can't thank you enough. And the reason why I'm asking is, why are we, you know, have I ever lived in a fixed reality, is because, as I've said before in my other vlogs, my first Mandela effects happened to me in the 80s when I was about 16. You see, for me then, my heart moved from the middle to the left, to pointing like this, sorry, that way round, when I was about 16. So that was the first change I'm aware of, although I wasn't aware of it being a change. At the time, I thought it was I misunderstood, misremembered, that kind of thing. But yet recently people have said that their hearts moved, and it's only recently happened. Well, also through watching Brian's live links and chats and things, they were talking recently about a man who, shoemaker, I'm not sure how to pronounce it because I'm English and we're not very good at other people's languages, pronunciation, where he, in the late 90s, in my reality, he was fired in a rocket to the moon to be buried on the moon. Only a little bit of him was fired up to the moon. Now, we all just accepted that. We did. We accepted it. It was normal. It was natural to us. And yet, here are people discussing the fact that this, to them, is new. That reality isn't their reality. And yet we share all of the big Mandela effects, the geography of the world, the differences in our bodies. My heart might have moved when I was 16 and other people's might have only just moved now. But it shows me that reality has not been fixed for me for ages, because people are saying, oh, if that had happened, if a man had been Schumacher, it was Schumacher Levy, he was the, you know, he found the comet. He found the comet, which is why, you know, they sent him up. Now it sounds ridiculous and ludicrous. Back then at the time, in the late 90s, we just accepted that as fact. Now that's my reality. It's not a lot of people's reality that were on Brian's show, but it is my reality, where on my world that was accepted as okay, perfectly normal. So what I'm trying to say is that not only do some of us come from the Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way, and I personally come from the original Orion, not this new thing that we're going through now. I'm sorry, I lost my thread, but the thing is that I have had changes since I was young that I didn't realise were changes. Then I have realised that a lot of the Mandela effects, whether you come from the Sagittarius arm or an original Orion like myself, it's a case of we share. It's like being twins. Sagittarius and the original Orion Earth were like twins that have been mingled with something else. And yet within that, maybe it was just on my Orion Earth that happened. You see what I'm getting at? Because just because it hasn't happened to other people that a man was shot off to the moon, but it happened in my reality. So was it because I was on Orion and you were on Sagittarius and that was a little bit different? Or was it just that none of our realities have actually been fixed? We just didn't know it till recently. Because, so many questions. But I cannot just accept this is happening. I have to question, I have to search, I have to look. And I think it's massively deep. I touched a little bit on this yesterday. I think that because of I have been studying ancient civilizations and genetics and pretty much everything that is being affected by the Mandela effect. I've researched, I've looked at before in the past. And because of the Black Sheep researcher and his fantastic research and theories, it's just made that add up all the more to me. So I really don't. I mean, I don't. I don't know how or why or what. That's what I'm searching for. I can't just go, oh, look, there's another product that's changed. Oh, look, it's Sex in the City. It's Sex in the City and Sex and the City. And he's flip-flopped 3 times since Christmas. You know, we know those things are happening. When I see changes in the street around me, that's hard to live with. You can't question it. You can't talk to people about it. But the point is that this was happening to me before the Mandela effect was actually recognised as being the Mandela effect. And even though I'm from the original Orion and many people are from the Sagittarius arm, we share most of the accepted Mandela effects. Most of them. But there are differences between our realities, which just made me think, our realities aren't fluid anyway, are they? It's not, it's not fixed anyway, it's all fluid. So, it's just putting thoughts out there, and trying to get my head around it, trying to work out what's going on. Thank you for, I've got right fired up in my belly about my passions again, because, like I said, I've been made to realise that it's a way of showing me. It's like I've been prepared for it. I've been being prepared for it all my life. Why? I don't know. I don't think I'm special. I don't know why me. I don't know why you. And I don't know why you're not. If you're one of the people that watch this and you're not. I don't know any of those questions, and that's why I'm searching. I'm a little bit closer to, I think, not understanding, but my own knowledge, and that shared with other people who give me information. You know, Brian and the people that talk on his show, that some of them are awesome. So please, it's about listening to other people's theories and understanding. We might not agree on every single thing, but there's no need to poo-poo everything because of it. Because, for instance, I know that Brian has had a few people that don't agree with some of his conspiracy theories, so they've just left his channel, which is absolutely ludicrous. What he's saying is real. So if you already accept something that somebody's saying, why leave them because you didn't quite you didn't quite agree with something else that they've said? It really doesn't matter, does it? What matters is that we work together, that we stick together, and that we share ideas, because this is the great deception. But the great deception is we're getting to see what the deception is. Whereas the people who, don't get me wrong, I think I'm moving to a different reality every day at the minute. It's like everything's changing all the time. But we have each other, and we have our minds. Our memories are us. Our memories are us. And whether we share completely the same reality, or little bits of the same, or little bits of the reality, or massive amounts of the Mandela effect, we're still Mandela affected, and we have to learn these things from each other. To some people that never happened, and it's a Mandela effect that never happened, but I'm Mandela affected massively, the same as you. And yet that happened in my reality. A man was shifted off to the moon, we accepted that. That happened in my reality. It's not a reality that's happened now that we moved into. That was my already reality in the 90s. And we need to talk to each other about these things if we're going to understand at all what's going on to us, with us, and where we're heading. So many questions. So thank you to all of you, because without you I'm nothing. I couldn't get through this at all. And thank you for sharing all of your thoughts, your theories, your ideas, everything that you say, everything that we share with each other only helps to build a bigger picture. We're not one individual, there's loads of us, and we're working together and saying how we feel and thinking about our theories, our ideas. It all helps add to the bigger picture. So that's today. Have we ever actually been in a fixed reality? Because I know I haven't. I can't believe I'm saying it quite so casually, but I know I haven't. So I wondered if you have. Okay, waffled on enough. Thank you so much yet again for everything, for being there for me, for sharing, for caring, and my love to you all.